Hey, welcome to the process. My name is Dr. John Bush. This is lesson 151. We're continuing our target research, positional target distribution, yearly changes 2013 to 2021. Lesson 150 did the first half of the league. This is the second half. I'm still on the elusive goal of looking hard into vacated targets. I'm covering some other bases along that journey. I'm not sure where we're going to end up. I'm kind of give you a hint. I'm already about 4 lessons ahead, and it is not sure where we're going to end up. It's not as simple as one may think or guess or hope or dream, whatever. Uh, it's interesting, needless to say, where I've ended up. I've never looked for this or tried to answer this question, so we'll see. Anyway, go to lesson 150. So I'm going to continue like you've been there. Lesson 150, and this is the tabular data. Each slide is 4 teams, so we'll knock out 4 slides. Try to wake myself up here. We're starting with the Chargers, and again, my view is landscape here. I like to look at the 9-year, and over that time, the Chargers have really enhanced their wide receivers plus 3%, so that's good. And then I look at the difference 2021 right here. So what did they do last year? And there's those wide receivers with Allen, Mike Williams, etc. So that was good to see. Herbert's doing well. Eckler had some hit or misses with his health, and overall they went down. The running backs went down. The tight ends went down as well. But really, overall, nothing was overly dramatic. There's no red or green colorization, so just kind of a trend there. So I think we can expect pretty much 2022 to kind of be like 2021. I don't think there's going to be big changes in any of their games here. I know that, some things have happened. We'll see what goes on, but I'm not expecting anything, so I'm not reaching for anybody. Nothing in the metrics says go. I will make a comment that the tight end, who's it, Everett? Is that who they finally got now? He may be an interesting deep tight end 2 type acquisition if you're streaming or in a tight end premium. But other than that, I'm thinking everybody's about who you think they are, and I'm not seeing much going on there. The Rams, of course, Super Bowl, they really did not emphasize the tight end last year at all. So just be aware of that. I don't know if somehow that's going to change. I doubt it, given what they did last year. If I'm them, I'm thinking, pretty good formula. The running backs over 9 years haven't really changed. Tight ends have definitely declined, and the wide receivers have gone up a little bit. And last year, wide receivers, certainly Kupp and whatnot, really went up. Allen Robinson has arrived. You're thinking he should be the number 2 there. We'll see what happens with him. I know a lot of people are moving in his direction, but for you to do that, you're having to ignore one year of kind of wastedness in Chicago for him. So you wonder, at some point, age and things, what catches up here. Uh, the running backs, you figure pretty much what they have been, so nothing really is dramatic there. Always good to get handcuffs and things, maybe if you're going to play. I'm not really getting too deep into the backfield, definitely not tight ends. So the wide receivers, of course, everybody's picking Cup. I'm not reaching for Robinson. Probably looking a little deeper if I am collecting anything in a deep best ball or something, but really not harvesting a lot of those wide receivers. The Raiders tend to have done well with running backs and wide receivers. Tight ends, not so much, pretty much average there. And last year, Waller really declined, and the whole crew declined -9. So I don't think I'm going to reach for Waller. And if I'm not getting, the top one or two or three, then I consider Waller probably 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there with Hawkinson. I don't know. Something I'm not really invested in him this year at all. So I'm moving forward and not harvesting him unless he just drops to a screaming value. Wide receivers, Renfro, and let's see, they get Adams. I think they did. So I think everybody is going to be jumping there. I think that plus 6%, 5.9 was Renfro. So it looks like they're going to have a 1-2 punch there. So I'm thinking Renfro is still worthy of looking for a bargain. I'm not reaching for anybody there, but I will take them. I don't know past him how deep it goes. Probably just a handcuff wide receiver would be my only play, and I don't know who's the third, fourth, fifth play down there, but I'll definitely, this inspires me to do a little bit more work. I don't have that fingertip knowledge right now for you, so nothing must have really jumped out at me over the years there last year. So Miami, everybody's thinking Tyreek Hill's going to turn it up. They did decline by 2% last year, 2% over 9 years. So hopefully Tyreek will erase that. Gesicki, plus 2.8, that's good. So I think Gesicki's, worth what he's probably going at. So if that's the case, then I will probably take him if I can at value and stream him with somebody else, maybe an Everett from the Chargers or something, try to put together a streaming duo there. The running backs, it's muddled, needless to say, and I think the public thinks that. I guess if somebody does dominate, then you do have a lottery ticket there. So I'm thinking in best ball, I'll reach deep. If I'm bored and don't know anybody else to pick, maybe just a surprise. I think I probably should, we'll know more about the depth chart there. And it may be a little bargain, a little bit on the bone there, to see what happens at this point. So I'm going to pay attention to that. But I think they're going to try to use the tight end and Tyreek Hill with Waddle as well, and you think they would be a 1-2. So it looks like that Tua is going to be pass happy crazy, and the running backs are going to have to open up the passing. So they're going to get a little activity, but I don't think they're going to be showcased here by any means. Minnesota last year, Dalvin Cook +7. That's always good. I'm not sure Madison. I mean, everybody's thinking he's handcuffed, but he didn't do what I wanted him to do after Cook had a few off games there. The tight end -8. I'm staying away from the tight end there. Wide receivers, I think Thielen's not being picked up, and he should. I think he is a bargain there. Everybody's focusing too much on Jefferson, and I could see some games where Thielen, can boom out. So he's definitely somebody I'm looking to collect. Certainly Dalvin as well. I'm just sad about the handcuff there. New England really was, all about Henry and Cook, 1-2. I think Henry is figured to be a good tight end 2 streamer type and is on my radar. You hope that there's an improvement in the wide receivers and running backs. They were down by 9% in targets. You would think that Ramade Stevens is going to collect. I don't know if White is going to. I guess if White makes the team, then everybody's passing on him. He's going to be out there a lot as a pass catcher. I don't know. Don't know. It's a little bit unclear for me. Myers with the wide receivers does get my interest a little bit. So I am looking deep there, but I'm not just like the only one I gotta really think about taking is maybe Henry. So right now that's pretty much what everybody's probably thinking there, so it's probably nothing original there in my thinking. Saints, Kamara, is he going to get suspended? Last year they declined a little bit by 4%, the running backs. They have had some down years in, targets to the running backs. But Kamara, if he doesn't get much suspension, then he's probably a bargain where he's going. Tight ends, I think I'm going to let you draft the tight end. I'm underwhelmed. And, of course, Thomas is the big mystery. But even without him, they did pretty good last year, almost 5% up in targets. So if Thomas is probably a good gamble at wide receiver 3 type, and I'm not sure you're going to get him there. But I'm not sure I would reach to think he's a 2. He could be a 2, but I'm not sure I want to draft him as a 2. Callaway maybe is a 4, just to have in there in the mix. Who is it? Olave, the rookie. Everybody's having high hopes, but for me, I always think rookies are better later in the season than earlier. So I could see people who drafted him and are disappointed, and he could end up on your waiver wire. So I would put him as somebody to look for, mid-season to try to finish out your playoffs there. But right now, I think I'm not picking much of him up. Best ball, I'm probably doing Callaway. If I'm picking up any of the wide receivers, maybe Thomas if he drops to a 3-4 type. Okay, I could ride that gamble train there. The Giants, you think Barkley, hopefully he's healthy. Plus 4%, that seems fine. I think, I'll take him at a little bit below his price, but I'm not looking to grab him early. I think Breida, if Barkley gets hurt, he could be the surprise handcuff of the whole thing. I've been getting him as a free square in the 17th, 18th round. So that would be my thing. Just roll the dice for somebody like Breida, or I don't know who else is there. Probably need to look a little bit now that I'm seeing this. Tight end, I'm letting you draft them. Wide receiver, I've been picking up Sterling Shepard free, and Galladay's about free as well. So even though they went up a +2 there last year, so there could be some bargains there for the 3 or 4 spots, maybe 4 or 5 spots in a PPR deep bench. Yeah, I might look at those guys, but definitely Shepard in the 18th round. I'm picking him up all day long for that, and like I said, Breida as well. Okay, what else here? The Jets. The Jets have pretty much been ho-hum. They're over the years, they have 9 years. They've increased a little bit, positive, but it's been a while. But last year they went up +2, so that's okay. Tight end, is okay. WR's down 2.6, so they're kind of ho-hum. I'm not reaching for anybody. I know people are going ape nuts over Hall. I'm taking Carter late as my 3, 4 type, and maybe Hall doesn't get going or whatever, and he may turn into a 2. But right now, I'm looking Carter as a bargain, and I'll let you take Hall, and we'll see what happens. Wide receivers, yeah, I'll look in there and grab some late there. Let's see. I guess everybody's doing Elijah, but I don't know who's later than him. There's somebody I would definitely look a little later to draft that as well. Philadelphia over 9 years really has been ho-hum. Nothing there. They did increase their running backs. Gainwell did well last year in the running backs, so he's on my list for a 4-5 type in PPR. Goddard they've loved their tight ends over the 9 years, so he's definitely a late tight end 1 play and probably worth what you pay for him, so I'd try to get him at a bargain. Wide receivers, they've been ho-hum. They were ho-hum last year, so I'm not reaching. But there may be a bargain in there. I find myself thinking I need to explore that a little bit more as well. Pittsburgh's making big changes, and they've been ho-hum over 9 years and really declined at wide receivers. They let Juju go, so one might think Trubisky maybe is going to make Claypool and Dante worth a play. Definitely a 3 type for both of those, maybe even a 4 for Claypool. He's a little bit more boom bust, so I'm definitely taking those at the right price. Farmouth could improve. He should be going on the way up, getting some age and experience, so that could be a interesting play as well. Certainly a deep tight end 1 play as well. If you could get Farmouth and Goddard in a tight end premium combo, that'd be really nice as well there. Najee Harris, I think, is the show for the running back, so I'm not sure who's below him in the handcuff. So I would definitely try to get the handcuff if I drafted Harris. Seattle's going to have a lot of changes. Who knows who the quarterback is? Things are still potentially in flux. Wilson's gone. Wide receivers have done well over 9 years. Last year they did a +4. That's okay with Metcalf, and Lockett is a boom bust wide receiver 3-4 type. Lockett's a 2 type. So that seems that they're ceiling. So I'll take them, but hopefully get a bargain. Everybody's thinking Penny. It comes in, but, who knows? Seattle's kind of funky. Carson, if he can heal, maybe he's the one. I don't know. I'm probably not investing heavily unless Penny, falls a little bit. But nothing there really inspires me other than the wide receivers at this point. I'm not even sure who the tight end is to collect. I think I'll let you draft their tight end. The last four are San Francisco, and overall they've declined. They've had some really boom bust years for the tight end. Certainly Kittle really got hurt 2020. So last year he wasn't as much as I wanted. Definitely a 2% dive in target distribution, not good. The running backs, 3% decline, not good. So Samuel and Ayuk seem to be the plays. Samuel is probably overly drafted. You wonder, can Samuel still be the running back in their, play? I mean, I just worry about getting hurt and whatnot. So Ayuk seems to be somebody you could get as your 4 that might pay off as a 3 player there. So that's the one I've been drafting. Kittle, I think I'm passing on him, moving further down the list, trying to stream at that point if I've missed out on Andrews or Kelsey or maybe Pitts there. Mitchell with the running back seems to be an okay play, as your 2-3 type, but nothing dramatic. Tampa Bay, you figure Fournette's maybe down right now. They said he's weighs too much, but I think that's maybe a good dip in ADP right now. So you might get him as your 2. I would take him as my 2. Oh, yeah. Tight end, people are still speculating. Gronk's going to come back. I don't know. They're trying to avoid Brait, but Brait's almost a free square, or was earlier in the season. So he's somebody, is worth a stream. If Godwin can come back, I think he might be worth a pickup as a 3, but he could pay off as a 2. Certainly Evans seems to be the safe play, but you got to pay for him. And I don't know who's below Fournette for a handcuff, but I would definitely be interested in that depth chart as well. Tennessee, you think Henry should be at +6 last year, and I would definitely want Hilliard as his handcuff all day long. Tight end, I'm thinking you can draft their tight end -10%. That's sad. Wide receivers, I think, is Brown gone? Did they get rid of Brown? I don't know. +4, so I'm looking for Woods because I think you can get him at a 3 price, and he could pay off as a 2. So that's about the only one I'm interested in. Yeah, on best ball, I might get deeper in Tennessee, but I think it's all going to be about Henry and the run. So you definitely want his handcuffs, maybe more than one. Washington, everybody thinks Gibson is the play with McKissick as, the 1-2 punch to pass catcher. Seems logical to me. McKissick's going a little bit deeper than I would think, so I'm picking him up. Gibson, if I can get him as a 2-3 type, okay. I'm not reaching for him, but I'm not turning him away. Scary Terry got his money, +6%, 5.7 seems logical. I don't know if I'm getting too deep in the wide receivers. I don't know if they got a rookie. I need to research that as well. So anyway, that's my my show for the other half of the league. Thanks for listening, and I hope you caught along the way that even this late in the preseason, I'm realizing, I need a little bit more fingertip depth here, because but I do slow drafts anyway, because it's what happens when you get old. You lose some of that. What have I got on the tip of my fingers here? What's that data? And so it's good to have a little time to do some research for my plays here. Anyway, thanks for listening. Got a few more lessons here, and then it's going to get a little bit tricky when we finally get some lessons on the vacated targets. It's not going to be as clean as I would like it. Not even close, folks. Anyway, come back. Thanks for listening. The one or two that do, thank you. I hope I'm helping you out. And anyway, let's continue to have metric fun here. Woo woo.